Okay, so the first thing we're doing to get our, I'm going to repeat this real quick. The first thing we're doing is making our spreadsheet, which is up here, match our spreadsheet that's going into SharePoint. And so building number, I'll scroll back over here. We have building, the number, priority wall, schedule batch, all the way across. In order to do that, if you go to settings down here, you can just create a column. And so when you create a column, if I wanted to have room name, let me make this a little bigger, I would type in room name. And I want that to be a single line of text, but you can do all kinds of stuff with this. And let's say you're going to make a column later on that says delivered. On that one, you're going to actually give it a choice. And so down on your choices down here, you actually get to enter yes, no. Or I'll do that opposite order actually because it likes to default to the first one. So right here it's going to default to no until you change it to yes. And we're going to use a drop-down menu because that's going to work easiest for everybody. So they hit the drop-down menu and then they choose yes or no, and that's it. And we're adding it to the default view right now. We don't necessarily need to do that, so I'm going to check that off right now. It kind of depends how you're working. You can turn this on and off later in your views. So we just created a column. And that's all it takes to add more columns up here. If you want to decide where those columns go, you're just going to adjust your view. So on this view right here, I've got a data input view, and that's what we're looking at right now. And then I've got this all items view. But if we want to make our own, you can either modify one of these, and I'll click modify real quick. We can modify this view, and this is where you turn on and off those columns. So we just made the one that said delivered, so it's not showing up right now. So I can say, yeah, I want to see that one. And right now, it's at the end. That barcode column is number 30. That's your very last one to the right. And this one's after that. You can put it anywhere in these. So if I wanted that to be closer to the front, I can just hit the down arrow and then go choose where I want that to be. So if I put that at the 3 position, we hit OK. Now you see delivered 1, 2, 3. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
So it's that easy to adjust your views. Okay.
And in that same thing, you can just hit that check bar, and it will turn off any columns you don't want.
Exactly. So now I'm going to get rid of that delivered. I'm going to uncheck that box, go and hit OK, and now delivered's gone, and we're back to building, number, priority wall, schedule batch, room name. So now we're in the right order again. Now that we're in the right order, I'm going to go back over to Excel, and we're going to copy all of these out and paste them in. Okay, so I'm just going to go over to the bottom, and you've got 2,000 or 3,000 items in this thing, so it's not small.
No, and then there's a second tab there that says exterior.
Oh, this is just interior? Are we going to track exterior also? Yes?
Yeah, I'm assuming all of them are going to be tracked.
Okay. What would be nice is if you had a column in here that said interior. How do we know that these are interior, other than the tab at the bottom?
That is a good question.
Okay.
I haven't thought about it in that.
Then I am going to add a tab right now. Okay? And you could have done this afterwards, but it's a whole lot nicer to do everything from the beginning. So at the very end right here, I'm just going to, what do you want to call it, location? For interior or exterior?
Sure.
Okay, so that's interior. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste special, just the formatting, source formatting. So it looks the same. Oh. Location. Okay, and then all of these are interior. All the way to there. Now I'm just going to select all of those guys. went one too far. Crap. All right. Because I got the header there, and we don't want the header. So, because our header is our column names that we already put in right here. All right. So I'll just Control-C to copy. Come over here, and our first thing was building, not this attachment thing. So in building, and it is building, right? That's our first column.
It should be.
Yeah. So I'm going to come over to building, and I'm just Control-V to paste. Our columns are exactly like our columns here, so everything's going to line up the same way.
Oh, and it's still filterable too, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to do it just by, I'm going to show you some other stuff real quick too, okay?
Yeah.
Actually, oh. Yes, I want to wait. So it's still working on it. Okay, and where is that GL-1 or whatever? Is that in this number right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so because that number is the exact same thing, and I'm saying this for the recording also because we already talked about it, but this number is the door opening number, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The barcode that you're going to get from your manufacturer is that opening number. And when you scan this with your phone, it actually picks it up as GL21-1. So that exact text is what your phone is going to scan and search for, and it's going to find this exact text right here in the number. And that's why it works. So instead of having a barcode that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have to associate that number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with this opening, we've used QR codes instead to actually just type out the opening, which is pretty clever. So that's great. All right, and it looks like we are done. Okay, so we've got this view. I'm going to create a new view so you can see this a little bit better, okay?
All right.
And so when you hit create a new view, you can do a standard view or a datasheet view. These are really the only two that you're going to use. Datasheet view is what we just had, where you can copy and paste into things just like a spreadsheet. And standard view, that's going to show you all the information. Okay, so if I go to standard view right now, and I can give it a name, and we can do this one for material check-in, or material, I don't know, material check. I'm not going to make it well, we can make it the default right now. That just means that anytime that somebody pulls up this list, they're going to see this. And you can essentially think about making views as creating reports. You're going to look at it this way, and you can just print it off however it looks. And then you've essentially made a report for your status of any of these items, because you can turn on and off any column you want, right? So for our material check, go ahead and make this a default view right now, and you can always change these whenever you want. You can make your own personal views too if you're the only one that's going to be doing this, but we're going to make it public right now because it's going to help everybody. On this, I really don't care. Well, I'm going to leave attachments on there just in case you attach something to it, but we don't really need that right now. The building, the number matters because that's how we scan for things, right? So we care about that. Do we care about priority wall here? I'm not sure. Maybe.
Well, it would filter out for they're going to be doing it by zones. They're probably going to add a zone. So if only 300 doors are coming or 200, then
you're going to add a column for zone.
Yeah, probably so. That's right now currently priority wall is acting like that because they said we have 360 priority frames, and so the first shipment after the first two shipments, the one that's coming on Monday.
So what's schedule batch mean then?
That's the zone. That's the I mean it's another word for zone.
So priority wall is a zone, but it has its own.
No. What they did was they went through and identified
stuff that you had to get immediately.
Yeah, things that we need like pretty much right away, and then we're going to go through and actually they have zones all throughout the hospital and the clinics,
Okay.
and those will be the scheduled batches according to where they're building.
Okay. Well, for now, I don't think you necessarily need it. We'll keep it in just to make sure. But the room name, we can keep that in there. The width and the height might be good checks for people. What is the label?
That's a good question. What is the label?
Okay.
Let me hold on. Let me pull my.
What's from your spreadsheet?
I'll tell you.
There's nothing in it right now either. And there's nothing in scheduled batch
The
either.
label has. I think it has something. It's a number. There's numbers in them. I think it has to do with the rating of the door. Some form of rating.
There's some stuff in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's not really necessary right now.
It's not important. It's not important to what we're doing.
No, not for checking in stuff. So, neither is is that room code?
Yeah, and I don't know what the.
I don't think you need that right now either. You don't need any of this stuff. The leaf, the type, all of those things.
Material might be okay.
Yeah, you might keep that. Frame type, we don't need quantity. Well, the material is for the door. The frame material, because you're just getting frames in right now. The frame material you might need.
Yeah.
Your head detail, your sill detail. There's a whole bunch of information in this. We really care about checking things in or not. But
we can take the details and stuff out. I mean, these are going to be coming off a truck.
Yeah. So we're going to take all of that stuff off right now. We don't need barcode either because we'll probably delete that one altogether. I just don't think you're going to use it. And then comments, I don't know if you have anything in comments that are necessary, but we can keep those open right now. And
Okay, yeah, leave comments open. Okay, you can type in there if someone had an issue, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll leave that in there.
Okay. So we've got all of this stuff, and now we get to choose how we want to sort this thing. So I would sort it by room probably. Building and then room, or just room? Because your room...
Yeah, the room name is going to, not the room name. The room name is, let me look at this again. The room name is actually the name of the room. The number would be what the barcode's going to match up against. So maybe like the building and then number.
Well, let me show you what I'm going with here. And the number is right there. So with this, I'm going to group this, okay? Which is essentially like making folders. You get to see things grouped together, just like you would put things into a folder and go find them. But we're not going to put any folders anywhere in anything like this. We're going to put everything just in groups, because then you can filter through all of the data at once. You don't have to go inside of a folder to go find things, and then remember where those folders are. So we're going to group. We can do group by building, and then we can group by room. Okay, so we're going to do both of those. I'm going to display a lot because I feel like you have a lot of stuff instead of just the 30. And then enable this view for mobile access. That's checked by default, but that's always good, I think. Okay. We hit OK. And so this is your view now. And these are just the things that we said we wanted to see. And then we can, and they're grouped together by building. See, clinic and hospital. And then we can expand that and look at the room. So you've got two that don't have a room name. These two don't have room names, so we should probably fix that. Unless they just don't have one. And then this other part, it tells you exactly where all of them are. So
Hey, click on that room name real quick again.
This one?
Yeah, that's IJ752 or 1J752 and BC40-3. All right.
So you can just go back over in here and figure out what those are. So that was easy to find out where you're missing stuff too. But so this entire thing is organized with all of your rooms now. All your rooms are in there. It tells you how many doors you have in each one of them too. This one has 18. And on this, we get to see anything about it. So if we want to do just status and we don't even care about any of these other columns right here, width, height, stuff like that, you could just have manufactured, delivered, stuff like that, you know, installed, whatever your columns are that you want to add through up here. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's essentially how you make your list. And it's that easy. If we go to all items, so we've got a material check here. All items is just, I put the same type of grouping in here, but it's every single column that you've got so far.
So when you click on, say, that building and it opens up the clinic, and now you have all your different rooms grouped by room name.
Uh-huh.
Can you click on one of those real quick? Oh, okay, I see. All right.
You can't edit anything right here. If you want to edit stuff in this, you need to do it in the datasheet view. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. So this would be what
This is just a view.
That's for me?
This is just a view. If you want to view,
yeah. So
if you're going to adjust things, it's going to be different. But you'll be able to adjust them on the phone too when we get to that.
But what is this what's used when they scan? This is kind of like the view that they would get where they can't edit anything except for like delivered or.
Yes, exactly. So and they might be able to edit some other things. I'm not actually sure, but let's get out of this and go to that part of it. Okay. So in order to do that, we have to get back out to your entire site, and I've got to go, and I forget how to do this part. I think we go to Site Settings, and in Site Settings, so we have our mobile URL right here. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this mobile URL into another page. And this pulls up the mobile version of your website. Okay? Now the reason we're doing this is we're going to find out how to search the mobile version of your website so we can put it into the phone. So your phone will scan a barcode and then always search the mobile version of your website. Because it's a mobile device, it works a lot better if we do it that way. So I'm going to type in 1234 and it's going to search the website for that. Okay? So I hit search. I don't really care what it comes back with. What I care about is the URL up at the top right here. And so it's searching your website, turnercdocs.com, FBMock, layouts, mobile, whatever. And then mobile results, this is the searching part of it. So it says in mobile, it's K is the query. A lot of times you're going to see a Q, but on SharePoint you see a K. K equals 1234. Everything after this, after the ampersand, HTML coding doesn't read this very well, so I can't copy and paste this into the barcode thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take everything before that ampersand right here, and I'm going to copy that. So just Control-C to copy. I'm going to open up a new email and send this to myself.
You want to copy me to that?
Yeah. Okay, and this is Zbar search URL. Okay, and that means we're always, if we type this in or if we paste this into something, that means we're searching your website right here, and we're searching for 1234. Okay, so I'm going to send that over, and I just got it, and I also got it on my phone. So we're going to see if this works very well. I'm going to try to use my webcam to be able to show you this. And we'll see if this works right.
I'm putting the Zbar on my personal phone here just to try and follow you.
Okay. And you can see me now too, right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. So Zbar is the little icon that has the Z on it right there, and the barcode's going through it, so that's what you're looking for. Just Zbar in the App Store. What we're going to do is open up that application. This is very hard to do backwards. But alright, so I'm going to go on here, and there's specific instructions in the PDF that I sent you over. You have those too? That might be helpful if I just pop those up actually real quick.
Alright, I got Zbar installed.
You've got it installed already? Alright, so you're going to do this at the same time with me, okay?
Alright.
Here we go. And these are the specific instructions on how to do it. Try to get this big enough. Okay, so we're at the SharePoint URL part right now. Okay, and we already copy and pasted this thing, took out everything after the ampersand. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to modify, trying to stay in the right spot, I'm going to modify a current search. Okay, so the very first time you do this, you need to search for something. So, because you're not going to have anything in your phone yet. So I'm just going to take this barcode. Okay, so I just scanned a barcode off of this water. And I'm going to act like that didn't work on anything, okay? So I'm just hitting cancel. Going back to Zbar because I use Safari to actually open up the search. And I'll show you how to do that. But anyway, you're going to have a barcode, and it's going to look like this. See on the bottom right here, these are all the different scans that it's doing, and it's always going to search the very first one. And so you get to make whatever URL that you want it to search. So if we go to edit, go all the way to the bottom, and you're going to add a new link. Okay? So this new link, I'm going to call that one Fort Benning. So I'm just going to type that in real quick. Fort Benning doors. Okay, so that's all I called mine. Fort Benning doors. I'm going to hit OK, or I'm sorry, I'm going to return. I'm going to hit edit link to go back. Now I've got a URL that I've got to type in right there. I'm going to go get that from my mail. So over to my mail. Go back to that one that I just sent myself. That's the URL. So I'm going to copy that. I just held down and copied it. We're going to go back over to Zbar now. And I'm going to go to that URL. And I'm going to paste it. So now I'm going to search for 1234. Well, we don't want to search for 1234. We want to search for whatever is actually scanned by that barcode. So I'm going to delete the 1234. And so now it just says K equals and there's nothing. We're going to tell it what it equals. So you hit the plus sign at the top. And these are all the different barcodes that you can choose from that it'll scan. But what we want to do is scan any type of barcode. And so what we're going to choose is raw barcode data. Now we could choose QR codes down here too if that's the only thing that we're dealing with. So QR code might work better than just raw barcode data, but I don't think it will. So far in my tests, raw barcode data works the best, period, because it'll take any type of scan. So we hit that, and you see it gives us a little brackets with data in the middle. Now it's going to search just for that barcode data. Hit edit link to back out of it. I'm going to save it. And now it's at the very bottom right here. Just grab it on the right, and pull it up to the top because it's going to search the top one first. Okay, so the top one's right up there. I'm going to hit done. Are you keeping up with me?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to read that document. I'm watching you.
Okay.
But I have right there it says Zbar Link to SharePoint on that document on the screen. And I opened up the camera view, but that's as far as I can get. You got to scroll down some more.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, you can go through this stuff afterwards. It's exactly what I just showed you on here. And now we can go through and we can scan again. And so what I'm going to do is actually pull up your document right here with that GL21-1, because hopefully your site's indexed. And I'm going to go scan this real quick, okay? So I'm going to hit that camera button and see if this is easy. Alright, it just popped up GL21.1 and is searching your site. And it's probably going to ask me to log in because I've never done this. We forgot to do one thing. Let's go back out. And when I did this one, the Fort Benning doors, I'm going to edit this real quick to show you. We're going to go back into Fort Benning doors. This open and use app default, that's very important. The web browser that's in Zbar will not open up SharePoint. So you have to click on that and choose Safari instead. Now that it opens up in Safari, we're going to be just fine. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. We're done. And now I'm going to scan again. Okay, so GL21.1. Alright, now it's going to ask me. So this is FMS slash B Lowy. Right? I always forget its password. I'm going to put this down and look at it. Okay, and I'm typing in his password. Alright, and then I'm just going to hit log in. And it logged in, and it's finding a couple of things on here. Because we've got GL21-1 in a few places on your job. We've actually got it in a bunch of places on your job.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that might not be the easiest thing to search for. If you had a unique barcode, it might work a little bit better, actually. What we want to do is, what's that?
I said he's trying to cheat me.
You've got 18 results right here. So we have to actually find where this one is. And so you've got a digital drawing set, digital drawing set. These are all pulling from your digital drawing sets right now.
You know, that's oh, yeah, because in the schedule, but when I'm in my spreadsheet here, let me go to, I'm going to filter it just to see. I don't think it's pulling from, because when I filter it, I only see one on my spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's not what I'm saying. Your website, SharePoint, has this all over the place.
Oh, I got you. So it's going through all the actual physical drawings.
Yes, because you have that written somewhere. You have GL21-1 written somewhere. Okay, and right now it's not indexed yet, so it's not showing up on the list. So it will show up on the list. I don't know at what point it'll show up on the list. If it'll show up first or last or what. But you would get to click on that item, and then it would bring it to you. Okay? And I'll do one on my barcode real quick to show you what it's going to look like afterwards.
So it's not, it searches all of SharePoint. It does not just search the area that we want it to search.
Yeah, it searches the website that we told it to, and the website we told it to is your entire SharePoint website. I don't think we can do it just for your list.
So we would have to add them. For instance, if we had them add another -1 to all of those. So if it was like GL21-1-1 on the barcode, then it would just search the list.
That's a good point. But your barcode would have to actually read that way, which means that'll be a different picture. It won't be that same picture. Okay?
Right.
I'm going to go back into Zbar right here, and I'm going to edit and put my site back up on the top, which means it'll search for this site first instead of the site I just made for you. I'm going to go back and I'm going to scan the picture again, and I'm doing this barcode right here. I haven't logged into this today either, so I'm going to have to do that real quick. Oops. Okay, and on this one, you see it pulls up one item. because that's the only time that that barcode ever shows up is just for that specific item. If I click on that item, and this is what we want for yours, you can see I've got that barcode. I know who the subcontractor is. It's the same columns that we showed on yours. I've just set it up differently for this person. We've also got the submittal attached to this one, so we can pull that up on our phone if we need to. And then if you need to edit any of it, you just go down to edit, and you can edit any of these things, any column. So your subs are going to be able to edit any column they want to. It's for their use to help them, so they're not going to do anything wrong. But I can say submittal approved, yes, done, go over to save, and it saves that quickly. Okay, this is the entire list for that entire place where that one is.
Okay.
If I go back to that item, which is this item right here, let's say I just scanned something and it didn't pop up, I can go to the list and search for it, which I just did, and then you can go through and you can open up that PDF and check to make sure it's the right item. And I could zoom into this if I had more hands right now. But anyway, so that's what you're going to be using it with afterwards. What we need to do for you is to get this thing searching for a unique item, something that you don't have all over the place. Okay?
Yeah, so it's going to probably require a chat with the manufacturer.
Well, the manufacturer's already made this barcode, so they've already gone through a lot of work, it looks like. I don't think they're going to want to redo this. But they want to do this to do a good job, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
they've asked to do this, correct? And I'm going to stop recording. I think we've done everything we need to for the recording. I'm going to record again. So we're recording. Let's go look at that location formula you just did.
Okay. It's
what we're doing with this,
right here.
What we're doing is we're equaling, and this is because we're using QR codes, and we've got the QR code is essentially just the room number. Well, the room number shows up in a whole lot of places on SharePoint and the drawings and everything. So when we scan it, we're getting a lot of results, and we only want to get the one result that we want to get to. So we're going to make a unique ID. So we're just going to take that room number, which is that B407, and we're going to add an I to the end of it. So that BM12-1 is going to become BM12-1 or -1-I, and I is for interiors. And for the exterior walls, we'll do a -E, which is on the tab below. And then we'll also be able to differentiate between interior and exterior when we're scanning. And so we're just going to copy and paste that formula all the way through, and then get our manufacturers to do that as the barcode instead of just the BM12-1. That extra -I is going to give us a unique identifier.